So let's talk about Face ID versus Touch ID. Here, I'll set it up. This is Face ID on my 13 Pro Max. Very simple to use. You just kind of rotate your face. And then use ID with a mask, sure. And then you have to do it twice. I don't know what the hell. Alright, so that worked. So we're good to go. Pretty easy. It's probably the first time you ever see my face. So you got that. And then this one, Touch ID. I'll do my index finger. Let's add fingerprint. You can add so many fingerprints, which I love about Touch ID. Oh. It's not a physical button on the 8 Plus. They have like haptic feed button or whatnot. See, it says you gotta adjust. So Face ID was actually easier to set up, I think. So we're good. So we got Touch ID and we got Face ID. I'll tell you the difference between both of them, what I do, what I like and what I dislike about each one and which one I prefer in the end. This is the 8 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus. This is the last one they did for Touch ID, I believe, for this size model. They have the iPhone X, which was the future basically, and that brought in Touch ID, and that had the notch. But, alright, so the negatives I can think of with Touch ID is if you wash your hands a lot, say you're like in the medical fields or whatnot, Touch ID won't work, or if it's dry, you got like calluses and stuff, sometimes it doesn't work, Touch ID, because it won't read your print well. Another thing is during winter, I got my gloves on, so that doesn't work too well. Big positive though on Touch ID is you lay it down, you can unlock it one step. Let's see if it works on this one. You can unlock it one step, and you can add different fingerprints to it, which is cool. I think I added like 5 fingerprints. Let me see if my index finger works. Yep, see? It's pretty good. I like that a lot. Now Face ID is good as well, but it takes 2 steps. You have to bring it up to your face and then swipe. So it's 2 steps instead of 1. I like Face ID too, but when you have it on the ground, like the 8 Plus, you can't unlock it now. Even if I look at it, it won't really work. You have to like kind of angle it. So it's got to be angled, see? And then it works. I think the speed is pretty much the same. Let me see. We'll do 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Speed-wise, opening it. I do prefer Touch ID over Face ID though. I like having a button where you can physically press it to have Siri. I think that's awesome. I wish there was a fingerprint in display so you could just, I like just laying it down, opening it like that. It's so much simple. Even in the home button, if it had Touch ID, I think that'd be awesome. But they don't. They only have Face ID. Face ID is good though, because if you're wearing a mask or whatnot, you just hold it up to you and it works. If you have bad fingers too, like I said, if you wash your hands constantly, this is probably the phone to go, Face ID. I don't think they're going to bring back Touch ID. They said Face ID is the future, so we shall see. But I just think it's so simple. It's 1 step versus 2 steps on the, let me see. That's that. You can see the notch. This doesn't have a notch, it has bezels. But I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Which do you like? Do you like Touch ID or do you like Face ID better? Comment below, and I'd like to see what you guys say. Thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe.